Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. So I'm recording this on the 28th of Ramadan 2019, and it's just a summary of my trip to Al-Quds, Jerusalem, and I've been here for the last 10 nights or so, the last 10 nights of Ramadan, and prior to that I was in Mecca and Medina, and I just wanted to share some reflections. So I've been going to Mecca and Medina for the last perhaps 25 years, last quarter of a century, annually every year. So very familiar with the setup and how things work there. And then in January this year, by the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I went on a charity trip to Gambia, and the brothers who I went with kind of mentioned that they were going to go to Al-Aqsa in Ramadan, and asked me if I wanted to come along also. So prior to that, I never really had any kind of plan to come to Jerusalem. Obviously, in the media, you hear of the conflict, the Muslim-Jewish conflict in Palestine, and you become slightly wary about your safety traveling to such a destination. So when we arrived in Palestine about 10 days ago at Tel Aviv airport, we were stopped at customs and kept in the airport for about 5 to 6 hours whilst we were fasting, and basically we were told to go to a holding room which was quite basic. They had a TV in there which they were playing MTV TV station, and fair play to them, they did give us some sandwiches. I asked them for a sandwich and they gave me a sandwich, and I got my laptop out and I thrashed out a whole load of work whilst I was waiting for my visa to enter Palestine. And all I was given was just a sheet of paper which asked my dad's name and my granddad's name, and then my telephone number. And then after about 5 or 6 hours, I was given the visa. No, I wasn't asked any questions or anything whatsoever. So it was just a very lengthy process, and my feelings were it was just to kind of acclimatize you to the oppression that as a Muslim, really here you're a second-class person. So that was initially my feelings about just the entry process. So over the last 10 days, by the grace of Allah, we probably prayed in excess of maybe 500 prayers in the Al-Aqsa complex in the Haram Sharif. Obviously with Taraweeh, it's the 23 rakahs every evening, and then the 5 daily prayers. So it's just such an amazing experience that being able to do that. And when you reflect the great personalities in the past who walked these very streets, such as Ibrahim alayhi salam and his sons Ismail and Ishaq, and Musa and Dawood alayhi salam and Sulaiman and Maryam alayhi salam, Zakaria, Yahya. So all of these great prophets, personalities, individuals, and of course the leader of the prophets, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, came here on the night journey and led all the prophets in prayer. So just to walk in their footsteps, it's just a really amazing and humbling experience. So that's the kind of spiritual side of it. It was absolutely tremendous. And so the overall feeling of the place, it seems to be like a place which is kind of stuck in time. The feeling is like the 1960s, 70s, kind of like the hippie trail. Everyone's really chilled out. People are super amazing, super friendly, and you feel really welcome. Yesterday was the 27th night, and it's the only night in the whole year where the Aqsa complex is open to all Palestinians throughout Palestine. And the Palestinians, they're busting from Ramallah, Hebron, Jericho, and the surrounding Palestinian towns and villages, so that they can pray here. So the crowding yesterday was absolutely phenomenal. So just wrapping this up now, wrapping up this short kind of summary of my experiences. I would say it's been a trip of a lifetime. It certainly has. I just feel really blessed to have come here. It seems like a pretty surreal experience where the Jews are basically every gate in the old city to enter the Aqsa complex is guarded by Jewish soldiers. And it's a slightly surreal situation where it feels like the whole compound is basically surrounded. And you know, I've heard from Palestinians that the Jews, they want to divide the Haram Sharif, the Aqsa compound, into two, and in their half they want to build a synagogue. I met a Jewish brother, and he showed me around the western wall. I think they call it the Wailing Wall, and we talked for 3 or 4 hours. He was very forthright. He said, we're waiting for our Messiah, and when our Messiah comes, our Messiah will build the temple on the Temple Mount. And I said to him, well, that's slightly problematic because the Aqsa Masjid is there already. So what's going to happen to that? He kind of smiled and he said, well, you know, that will be there no more. So these guys have got pictures and a template of what they want to establish, and you know, they've got a plan. And I don't know about all the details about all this kind of stuff, but Hasbi Allah wa ni'mal wakeel. Place our trust in Allah, and He is the most excellent disposers of affairs. But I met people here. There's probably thousands. I think the biggest community here from overseas are British Pakistanis. Literally thousands of them are here for ziyarat, to offer prayers and just experience the mazar of Ramadan here in Palestine. It's just really nice. It's just, you get a really happy feeling, which I think you can only experience in Ramadan, because I've heard outside of Ramadan it's very quiet, and there's literally no one here. It's empty outside of Ramadan. So I've met people here who come from the UK, who come here every year just in Ramadan. Yeah, so I can understand why, because it's definitely got a really special vibe. It's got a really special vibe to it. And the only thing is, I think you need to be quite fit and healthy, because there's lots and lots of stairs, there's lots of climbing, and there's lots of small alleyways and crowding and heat. And also, I wouldn't, it's very, it can be, I think, slightly daunting as well with the occupying forces. But yeah, it's definitely been a trip of a lifetime, and highly recommended. Subhanaka wa bihamdika, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.